that is gone. Say, could that less be I? Mary of soul, she sailed on a day over the sea to sky. Billow and breeze, islands and seas, mountains of rain and sun. All that was good, all that was fair, all that was me is gone. Sing me a song of a loss that is gone. Say, could that loss be I? Mary of soul, she sailed on a day over the sea to sky.
Oh, there, forgot. I had my mic muted. There you go. Can't hear anything, can't see anything. Can anyone tell me in the comments, can they hear me and can they see me? I don't know. I'm getting nothing in the comments at all. So, I don't know if I'm broadcasting. No audio. Oh, how about now? Still no audio. Oh, no. Can you hear it now? I'll turn it up on this one. Oh, I can hear it. I've got some audio. Can't hear me. Still can't hear me. Right, I think maybe for the first 30 seconds. No sound. Oh, it's all good now. Oh my God, what a panic. Right, there you go. Well, at least it's a bit more relaxed this week because I'm not rushing to get to the end of the 30 minutes so that I don't interfere with the drone seekers. So what I thought I'd do this week is I would... Yes, you can hear me good. I'm going to test a wee thing now. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but if I just click that... Oh, it did. A thing popped up on the screen. That's good. So we're all working as we should be. There you go. Nathan's nice to see you again in the chat. You can see some dude, you can hear some dude. Okay, thanks. Right, it's all good. It's all looking good. What I thought I'd do this week is rather than have a topic to talk about, which I can't even remember what the topic was about last week, but I thought I'd concentrate a bit more in trying to answer some of your questions because I get quite a lot of stick via emails and messages from people who had asked questions repeatedly in the chat and I had completely ignored them. So I have to apologise for that. But what I'll do this week is I'm going to close that. I've got another computer in here and I've got myself on it, but I'm delayed by about 10 seconds and it's really disconcerting. So there you go. That's me away. Aye, so what was I saying? So what I thought I would do, the slow mode is too slow, says Jason. I wonder if I can click you there. No. Right, slow mode is too slow. Right, now, I don't know how to turn that off, to be honest with you. There is a way of doing it, but I think I have to go into some settings and things. The slow mode just means that you can't post more than one every 30 seconds. I mean, because there's quite a lot of people in, so do we really want you to be posting non-stop? Anyway, so there. But yeah, you're right. The chat is going fast down here in this window, but it's not going so fast up in that window. There's Jim. Hello, Jim. Welcome back. Here I am. Hi. Nice to see you in here. Stevie says, I'm Scottish, not Russian. I don't know what that means. Aye, Jason, the slow mode, too slow. I'll have to try and do something about that. Don't know if I can do anything about it right now, but I'll have it sorted out. Aye. It does. It stops spammers as well. That's right, Mark. I was getting quite a lot of spam last week and I was having to kind of monitor that at the same time. I've got a lot of haters. Did you know that? I've got people that really hate me. It's quite fun. I think it's because my videos seem to appear that as if I'm going out of visual line of sight quite a lot. That's what the videos would appear to show. And a lot of people don't seem to like that very much. So they like to come on and give me a hard time. So last week I was getting quite a bit, quite a bit of abuse in the chat, and I was having to kind of try and monitor that at the same time. So, it's fun. Anyway, so like I was saying, what I thought I'd do is, it's only a 10-second delay. Aye, that's good. I thought I'd set it to 30 and that was too much, so I changed it over to 10 seconds, which isn't all that much. And what I thought I would do is, because I've got a wee delay on there, that'll allow me a bit of time to maybe answer some questions that you might have. And I'll maybe think about that, Jason, about having an admin if I grow a little bit. I'm still a tiny wee channel, and still a one man band. Anyway, YouTube Shorts. So when I did some of them, Nathan, they were actually tanking the channel. Everything was going, and the more shorts I put on, the steeper the tanking went. So I thought I better leave them until I know what I'm doing, because I don't at the moment. Anyway, hello John, how you doing? I've probably missed some people there. Stevie thinks I'm Sean Connery in Red October. That was my best Sean Connery. Pretty rubbish, wasn't it? Right, anyway, okay. So there's Bob saying about the Mini 2 drones, stay with it. Okay, well, that's a good way we could start, I suppose. I'm presuming that most of you will have seen the video that I posted a couple of hours back, the last flight of Lassie. That wasn't clickbait, by the way. It actually is probably going to be the last flight of Lassie on her own for quite some time. Now, and I don't intend to box Lassie or put her in a cupboard. She'll be out flying with me, and I'll be doing the head-to-head with my new drone. Did anybody stick to the end of the video and find out the name of my new drone? Because she came up at the very end. I know a couple of you did. No shorts, protector access. I think I had shorts on last summer for a wee while. And I will be getting back out. I've got my shorts on just now, but I'm not standing up to show you. I will be... the weather's getting a bit better, so I'll be getting back out in my shorts and in my t-shirts very soon, hopefully. There you go, Mark. Mark has said it, yes. And the new drone will be called Caledonia. That name had been decided quite a while back. There's Mark, you caught the name as well. Yeah, I that was the first name that I thought I wanted for my new drone, and then I considered a couple of other names, but I went back to Caledonia in the end. So she will be Caledonia. She is Caledonia, even though I don't have her yet. I don't have the drone. But what I will say is, for those of you who tuned into this live stream last week and have watched a couple of my recent videos when I was harping on about not getting the RC because I don't think the nits are going to be any higher than you get with an iPhone, which I believe are about 1200 nits. I could be wrong there. And if you get the new RC controller, you won't be able to use the drone mask because the RC controller can't fit in it. But I've changed my mind about this. I haven't changed my mind about the fact that I think the iPhone nits will be as good as the nits on the controller, but I've changed my mind about whether I should get the RC controller, and the couple of reasons why I've changed my mind is I couldn't really afford it, first of all, but because of some fantastic subscribers here who don't want to be mentioned, one in particular who doesn't want to be mentioned, have helped me out, and I can now actually get the package that with the RC controller, remote controller. I can get the new RC, and I think I have to get it anyway. I was going to have to get it because the whole point of my channel is to show you what things can do, what the drones can do, what the RC controllers can do. Is this as good as that? Can this do that? Can that not do this? And if I don't have the RC controller, then I'm not going to be able to do that. So I decided that I'm going to get it. Now, you know I'm going to be honest, and I'll tell you whether I think it's as good as having a phone in a drone mask or the phone just on the old controller or not, and you'll get to see that for yourself. But I felt I really had to get it. So thank you for that person who doesn't want to be named, who really helped me out with that. Okay, so I don't even know if I... Okay, yeah, Jason, I'll put your comment up. She is not a Russian porn star. Anthony, thanks for the sub. She is an Eastern European, a Scottish former Eastern European girl. And that's all I'll say about that. Right, I don't want to miss any comments like I did any questions like I did last week, so I am going to scroll back and try to see if I can get them. So there's Caroline says a wee while back that slow mode is normal mode. Yep, it's my normal mode too. So, let's see. Jonesy, Northern Ireland, I take it. Hello. How you doing? Oh my God. Yorkshire man, hello. How you doing? Right, here's a question for Nathan. You ever going to buy any of the more expensive drones from DJI, like the Air 2 or such? Good question, Nathan's. I actually, here's the thing. I bought the Air 2. Before the Air 2S came out, I bought the Air 2. It was actually 4 weeks before the Air 2S promotional was released. So I bought the Air 2. And fortunately for me, it sat in a box under my desk for 3 weeks because I just didn't have time to get out and use it because I was too busy with the Mini 2. And then 3 weeks later, the announcement was made that there was an Air 2S. So I just returned the Air 2, still in the box, it hadn't even been opened, returned it and got a full refund. And I decided that I didn't really want to get the Air 2S because I was spending too much time with the Mini 2 and having too much fun with the Mini 2 as well. So I stuck with the Mini 2. And then the next drone I got, when I decided I was going to get another one, it was between the Air 2S and the DJI FPV, and I decided that the DJI FPV was the much better drone to complement the Mini 2. I felt that the Air 2S was far too similar to the Mini 2. It's a cinematic drone. The camera's got the same gimbal, so really it kind of makes the Mini 2 almost obsolete, and I didn't want to do that, so I went with the FPV. So to answer your question, will I be getting an Air 2S? No, probably not. Will I be getting a Mavic 3? No, first of all, I can't afford it. I'd need to sell the car or something like that, or sell my wife. I can't afford it. But second of all, I don't see the point. You know, it's another cinematic drone with a gimbal, a three-way gimbal, so what's the point? I don't see the point. So I hope that answered that lengthy waffle, answered your question. Right, here's Stevie saying, that video would have brought a tear to a glass eye, for all you who don't speak Scots. Aye, you know something? I spent all day editing that video, and when I played it at the end, I almost had a tear in my own eye. So, there you go. Right, okay, so I answered that one. Mark, I'm glad you caught the name. Yeah, a few people have caught the name now. And Scott's asking, will she have a different voice? Scott, I don't know. I'll have to wait until she arrives and I'll see what she sounds like. I've got no idea what her voice is going to be like. But you'll know when I do, I suppose. Okay, do I think it'll work with the Mini 2? I take it you're talking about the new RC controller. Will it work with the Mini 2? That's a good question. That's another reason that I'm looking forward to getting it, because I can then show you, not you personally, but I can show everyone that's watching the videos if it actually does work with the Mini 2, and if the old Mini 2 one works with the new Mini 3, which I'm sure it does, because one of the packages you can buy is just the Mini 3 and a battery. So that would mean that obviously you can hook it up to your old Mini 2 controller. So yeah, so that'll be good. Right. Oh, Jim, you're too kind, but I'm no the star. It's Lassie at the moment, and who knows who will be in the future. Johnny Mac, nice to see you. Right, where you been? You having a wee nap, a wee snooze? You thought, oh, my alarms went off, I'll just go and have a make myself a coffee and then go up and steeze this daft Scottish guy. Right, here we go. What's this? Can't wait for your videos with the Mini 3. Even better now you're buying the remote pack. Yeah, like I say, Yorkshire man, I felt responsible. Because I've got a YouTube channel and I'm not just out flying for the fun of it. If I was flying for the fun of it, I probably wouldn't get the RC, the new one. But because of a YouTube channel and I'm showing what they can do, then it makes sense. But I wouldn't go on any more about that. Purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm. Right, that's it. I'm not saying it anymore. Right. Drone Seekers International. Don't know which one of you are here, but hi, how you doing? It could be any one of the 5 of you or one of your guests, but hello and how you doing there? Right, okay, here you go. Johnny Matt, I'll get back to you in a wee second. So there you go. Will you do the same extreme weather test with your new Mini 3? Well, I would love to. But I'm not going to be abandoning any drones this time. So if I go out and do an extreme weather test, I'll be staying there until the drone comes home, if I lose the drone. But it probably won't be for a while that I do any of those tests anyway, because we're coming into the late spring, early start of summer now, I hope, here in Scotland, where the weather does get a bit better. So there probably won't be any extreme tests until nearer the end of the year, November, December, January, February. So not at the moment. Right, Johnny Mac, you had a question that I was going to answer there. I don't know where it went. Right, what about an auto there, not geofenced? Don't know what that means, mate. I can't follow that one, right? Oh, Scott, she knows she's priceless. But for a Mavic swap, maybe a swap for a... No, she knows she's priceless. Oh my God. Hope she's not listening at the door. She actually listened in. She was downstairs listening into the live last week. She's away out to her mum's just now. She's maybe sitting there watching her. Hello, darling. How are you doing? You're worth much more than a Mavic 3. Honestly, you are priceless. Right, Jason. Okay. Her name is Caledonia. Does that answer your question? Yorkshire man, right, come on. If you watch the video that I just put up a couple of hours ago to the very end, the credits, watch the credits. Don't be like these fools that go to the cinema and walk out. They go to a Marvel movie and walk out before the credits have ended. You miss a wee bit of the movie at the end. There's no movie after the credits, but you need to watch the credits and then that'll answer your question, okay? All right, so I don't want to be missing any, so let's go down. Okay. Novice Road Pilot, you're welcome. No problem. If I can answer any other questions, I will. Yeah. Walking the daft dog. Don't know what that means. Right. Oh, here's Spirit Guide. Always a wee bit scary. Ooh. Right, I thought you were going to DM or email me about something there about a wee while ago. I've been looking for your email and it hasn't arrived. So, I mean, maybe you can't pick up a pen and write because of your incorporealness, but I'm watching out for that email. Right. Depends on the weather. Oh, hold on. Steve. Right, Steve. How you doing, mate? As soon as this is finished, up, I said, well, actually, it's something else. I spoke to you about that in the private messages, but I'll catch up with you later. Okay. Right, no bother. Right. Hotel. Right, okay. So Johnny Mac meant hotel. So your question was hotel does not use geofencing, is that right? Okay, well, I'm not really bothered because I don't use hotel drones. Geofencing is fantastic. I don't know if that's going to come with the Mini 3. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. If it doesn't, I'm hoping that I can still use the Maven app with it. Hold on a sec. I'm hoping I can still use the Maven app, but here's the thing. Darren said on his video that he couldn't install any third parties software on to the new RC controller. Maybe that's because he got an early version that hasn't got all of the firmware installed yet. So maybe you'll be able to do that. And if you can't do it on the RC controller, perhaps you can still have it installed on your iPhone and use the old controller with it. I don't know, but these are some of the things that I'll be testing out for you. So you'll get the answer to these questions, which hopefully will help a few of you decide whether you want to buy it or not. Right. Watershed Overlook, you're a new name to me. Greetings from Virginia, USA. Looking forward to come off the land routes in August. Girvan, oh, like Girvan's just down the road. I've got a couple of really good wee videos on my channel, right? One about Sonny Bean and one about a guy who lived in a cave right up to the 1980s. And they were filmed just south of Girvan. So if you want to have a look through, you'll get to see a wee bit of those, right? So anyway. Right. Caledonia, will she be by Roman and the Gloamin'? Well, I say by my side. Right, I've already sang once today on a video. I'm not singing again. That was a bit of a bummer, wasn't it? I put that song together and it was my own arrangement and my voice obviously on it. And I was really quite pleased with it. I thought it fits in really well, you know, go lassie go, and away she went. And then I got a copyright claim against it, so I can't monetise the video. However, the video is staying up. I like it, and I'm keeping it in. YouTube asked me, do you want to cut that section out? Do you want to change it to a different song? And I was like, no, I'll just keep it in the way it is. And if I don't monetise, then fair enough. So it'll be a bit disappointing. But, you know, these are the things that are sent to test us. Right, so she's got to be called Bonnie, as in the wee Bonnie lassie. Aye, well, if you're talking about Caledonia, I don't know if she's as wee as Lassie. I think she's got a bigger wingspan for sure. Body is a bit thicker. So, I don't know. I haven't seen anyone comparing the Mini 2 and the Mini 3 yet, side by side. I don't know if Dan did it. I don't think he did, to be honest with you. He missed that one. Maybe he has done it. He's pumping out the videos like you wouldn't believe. So maybe he's done it by now. I don't know. But I'll certainly do that when I get Caledonia. Okay. Aye, busy. Yep, no bother. Right. So here we go. Right. What's my personal opinion on beyond visual line of sight for sub 250 gram rules? Right, Jason, you're asking me to put myself on the line here a wee bit. Okay. I can give you my opinion. What I won't do is I won't tell you what I've actually done. You've watched my videos, but as we all know, videos can be edited to show you whatever you like. My opinion is what I stated last week. I think you were in last week. I actually had a chat with the CAA back after I'd been reported 3 times. Because I'd been reported 3 times, they actually had to write to me. So apparently they have to do that. So they had to write to me to let me know that I had been reported by flying beyond visual line of sight in a couple of my videos. They had linked the videos to me and they said that we've looked at the videos and we would just encourage you to be careful when you're flying. That was it. That's what they said to me, okay? So I had a wee chat back and forth with them and asked them if they could clarify what visual line of sight was, and they did. And I spoke about this last week, so I don't really want to go over it in too much depth, but all I'll say, I'll reiterate what I said last week. Visual line of sight does not mean that you have to have eyes constantly on the drone. Like I said last week, if you think about it, if you look down at the screen, and that means you've lost visual line of sight, and losing visual line of sight is breaking the law. It means that every time you look at your screen, you're breaking the law. That's just plainly ridiculous, okay? So visual line of sight just means that if you were to look up in the sky, the drone should be at a range where it is within your visual line of sight, okay? That's what visual line of sight means. It doesn't mean that you have to have your eyes on all the time. It just means that if you look up, it's not so far away that you couldn't see it if you were looking for it. So I hope that cleared it up a little bit. And I'm not going to speak much more about it. I'm certainly not going to speak about what I do when I go out there. It's up to everyone else. I'm not going to encourage anyone to do anything, and I'm not going to preach to anybody about how they fly. It's up to you. You fly yourself. Okay. Stevie says, wonder if the Mini 3 will compatible with the RC Pro? It's a good question. I wouldn't know that because I don't have one, but I believe Darren has a... Dan McCready, is that his name? I believe Darren has that, and he's, I think, going to try them both and see if they work. Okay. Johnny Mac says, always meant to visit those caves, look spooky as. I actually go inside the Sonny Bean cave, and my wife doesn't come with me. She's there, but she doesn't come into the cave with me. I did chastise her about that. So if you watch that video, hear her shouting, I'm no getting in. And I shout, why no? I'm just no. So that's quite a good one. Yeah, Jim says, I think it will rely on the SDK from DJI to allow new drone to be used with third party. Aye, Jim, I think you're right. I think that Darren couldn't get the the third party apps installed in his because it's not fully firmware compatible yet. He got an early version from somewhere. So once the release date happens, it's possible that we could actually get the, it could become compatible with third-party apps. I can't believe it's 25 past already. I've been waffling on. Let's try to get some questions in within the next 5 minutes. Nathan, I don't have any idea what the range is in a Mini 3, but I'll be finding out next week, okay? And you'll be finding out next week as well, because I'll show you. So that's all I've got to say about that. Okay. Doug says she'll still be under 250 grams, but the new extended battery will be releasing. Will put her over that weight. When he thought, yeah, aye. Sounded like I was going to make some kind of statement there. Right, here are my thoughts. If you're flying in the areas that I fly, which is basically out in the sticks, near no one, then it doesn't matter if your drone is over 250 grams. You can fly it. You're not going to be near anyone or anybody or any buildings, so you can fly it fine. You can fly it an over 250 gram drone fine. So having the bigger battery in that will take over 250 grams isn't going to make any difference. If you are flying in an area where going over 250 grams would legally and lawfully restrict you from flying in those areas, then you must make your own decision about that. Hope that answers your question, Doug. Right, okay, we're getting there. Correct with Vol, yeah, aye. She'll be a C3 drone. Aye. Listen, there are new things happening with the CAA. I mean, there's been a year's extension to the drones that are going to be legacy drones. But listen, go to Geeks Vanna for that. That's no my bag. I don't really get into those kind of technical things and the lawful things. Geeks Vanna is your man for finding out all that stuff, keeping up with that stuff. For me, I fly out over lochs, over mountains, over hills, over the glens where there's nobody. So I don't really care about, how far I'm supposed to go or how heavy the drone is supposed to be, because I'm not endangering anyone. So, but I'm not encouraging anyone else to do that, okay? Right. Aye, Stevie, listen, I get it all the time. It doesn't bother me. In fact, I have fun with them sometimes. I get emails, I get PMs. I haven't had anything in the chat tonight that I've noticed anyway. I mean, but I get a lot of emails. I get a lot of comments on my videos which are held. If I've got a lot of words that I've blocked words, and it means that if a comment comes in with any of these words, the comment gets held for review, and I get loads of them in from haters. And it used to really annoy me in the beginning. I used to get quite annoyed about it and frustrated and a wee bit upset. Now it doesn't bother me at all. I just don't care anymore. They can hate as much as they like. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I'm an old man, and I'll just keep doing what I want to do. Right. Okay, we've got 2 minutes left. Would you believe it? My God, all I've done is talk a load of nonsense and just answer a few questions. Right, so we're coming up to the end. I don't have any questions left here that I can see that I've missed. Right, You know, no, I didn't wait for credits at last video. Search for more tissues. Right, I'll have to move that up a wee bit just so we can see it there, because I think got the end of your message just cut off there, JJ. Oh no, haven't I? Right, my thoughts. Oh, I've lost that. Sorry, pal. I'm not very good at this, am I? I'm brand new. I'm just starting. I'll get better as we go along, and I'll try to catch up with all of the questions properly. Right. Right, there you go. Aye, Mark. Yeah, it's a YouTube thing. It's an internet thing. I mean, you get trolls everywhere. Some people get a kick out of hating other people. Used to bother me. Doesn't bother me now. I really don't care, to be honest with you. Yeah, keyboard gangsters. John, yeah, you did say 45 minutes, but that's I think 45 minutes, maybe later on, if I'm having some guests in or something like that, possibly. 30 minutes is fine at the moment. I don't want people getting bored with me wittering on for 30 minutes. I just thought I'd try and get through as many questions as I could. Right, Jim, here's a perfect example how you just put a comment up there, and it's came up, and I can show it or hide it, so it's quite good that even the live chat is moderated, and I'll show your message. This was your message here. Dink. There you go. And for some reason that was held, and it allowed me to either show it or not. So it's quite a good wee system, this, that I've got going, if I just knew how to work it. Right, I'm going to wrap up soon. Caroline, I'll answer your question. Have you got any roaming planned where you can take your drones? I don't know what you mean by roaming. If you mean just wandering out in the outside, I'll be sticking close to my home for a while, but I do intend to get up north again, get up into the Highlands again this summer, and I'll take my drones with me. So I'll be doing that a wee bit more, maybe up to Loch Ness. I don't know, it depends. So there's a few places that I've got in mind. Right. Okay, and this is the last question I'm going to answer, because we're a minute over now. So I'll answer this one for Matthew, who says, what's the average flight time you get with your Mini 2? Most I seem to get is around 23 minutes, not 31 as stated. No, you're not going to get 31, Matthew, unless you just have it and hover in an inside area where there's no wind. And that is ideal circumstances. You're not going to get that. I get between 23 and maybe 27 minutes. I've done a test, and it's on the channel, where I test the cine mode, the sport mode, and the normal mode with 3 different batteries, just to see which one gets the biggest bang for your buck in battery power. And it's normal mode. Normal mode will travel furthest and longest before your battery dies. So most of the time, if you're in normal mode, you'll get between 23 and 27 minutes. And it also depends, if you get full throttle on all the time, it's going to wear your battery a bit. If you're not full throttle all the time and you're doing some moves, you'll get a bit longer, but you're not going to get 31 minutes. Right, okay guys, that's 2 minutes over time. So thanks very much for joining me again. If you think I should do this again next week, I quite fancy doing it again next week, and maybe making it a regular thing. And I might talk to a couple of you about maybe doing some moderation or admin, because I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm a one-man show, and I'm kind of all over the place. But thanks very much for coming along, and I'll see you next week.